How many of y'all saw the back agent thing with the links to download the screen recorder for your phones?
I saw it, but I don't know if I did the right one.
Do you know what kind of phone you have, Brooke?
Yeah, I have the iPhone, but
Okay.
I just Googled it on my phone and I downloaded an app called Record It.
Okay. Okay. And there are several apps out there, but you actually have that feature on your phone. So there
Okay.
should have been a link. There should have been a link in the email that I sent out to you that showed you had a video on how to
In the
do
email
it on
itself.
your phone.
Huh. I saw the link and I watched it, but every time I watched it, there was a different video.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. We can. I don't know if everybody's going to get it, so we can try that. And I'll. Oh, actually, I've got the video. We can watch it while we're here. It's only a short little video. Okay. I'm going to get started, and when we hit like the 10:05 mark, we've got about 17 of you in here, counting me. So we'll see if we just get maybe there's a couple more. A couple have just kind of joined here in the last minute or so. So, um, but we'll get to that part, Brooke. I'm sure you're not the only one that either maybe you got the email, but the link I put it in at the last minute. I meant to send it out to you yesterday, so it's not that hard to do. It's not that hard to do on either phone, on either the Android or the iPhone. Who in the group that's in here now has a Android? And you can use it. You can either raise your hand with a little. Do you guys know the little? I'm sure you probably have discovered that over the last year. The little reaction thing down at the bottom of the screen. If you click on that, you can like raise your hand or do a thumbs up or something like that. Martha used it a second ago to let me know that she downloaded the app or downloaded the not downloaded it, but updated the phone. Okay, Rose, I got a thumbs up on a Rose. Okay, super. And who here has an Android phone? Anyone? Anyone willing to say out loud that you have an Android phone? Kathleen, you have an Android phone, don't you?
Yes, and I'm trying to unmute or raise my hand or something, but yes, I have a Android.
Okay. Okay. All right. Super. 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 Okay.
So what is the app?
It's not really an app. It's actually a feature on your phone that allows you to record the screen. And I'll show you, I have a video that shows you how you might use that. And then if we need to watch the video or whatever about how to get that feature on your phone, we can do so. Okay, we got somebody else here connecting in on the audio. We got Angelica joining us. Okay, it's 10:06. I'm going to go ahead and get started. The thing, hang on, let me hit the record button because I said I would. Oh, hang on. Let's see. Who's the host here? Okay, well, hang on a second. Let me log in as a host so I can get record going.
It looks like it's being recorded.
Oh, does it say being recorded? Okay, super.
Yeah.
All right, sure. All right, then perfect. Perfect. All right. So you are welcome, Dusty. So thanks for joining us this morning. We're going to talk some about videos, and we're going to talk about the key thing that we're going to talk about on videos is how you can do some quick videos, how you can get some things out really quickly, and you can show your value, you can show what a resource you are. And it's also, if you are in a position where you just don't like how you look on the screen, I'm going to show you some ways that you can go get some videos and shoot them out to people, and you never have to actually record yourself. Although I suggest that you just get comfortable with it. And here's a couple of things to think of. One of them, Christina Schaefer, who leads the Member Focus Monday things on Facebook every Monday, the director of social media for HAR, basically has said on a number of occasions on these kinds of things, you look how you look and you sound how you sound. So basically get used to it. And the other thing to think about is that when people meet you, you are going to look how you look and you are going to sound how you sound. And so why not just let them start getting introduced to that by seeing you on video and that kind of thing. So I'm going to go over here and start sharing the screen. And I'm just going to tell you right now, some of the things that we're going to talk about today, I have pulled from a class that I teach on HAR called Braving the Video Marketing World. Hold on a second. Let me get this. Let me go get the screen I want. Up here and then up. And we're going to share this. I'm going to pull this guy right here up. So the name of the class is Braving the Video Marketing World. And some of the tips that we're going to talk about today is in that class, along with some other things. Naturally, we're going to spend just a few minutes today talking about this. But this class is a 3-hour class from HAR. It does give you CE credit if you want that. And so it goes into more depth. But we're gonna hit some high points and stuff today about videos. We're going to try to talk about I think we all know the importance of your SOI. And how to stay, but we're really going to kind of talk about how you might be able to use video to stay in contact with people, how you can use it to market yourself and to grow your business, where to get some of the content and things, mediums for that, and even some ways to edit some of the videos and stuff. And just like with the Bill's classes or anything else, you don't feel like you have to wait to ask any questions. Just unmute yourself and just start talking. The chat, when I'm sharing the screen, the chat feature I don't always see as easily. So if you can't hear something or you need to say something and you're just not getting my attention on the chat, just speak up. I don't think anybody here is really overly shy. So just a couple of stats and stuff on this. So Smart Insights, one of the resources that I looked up on this class, said that people will spend 100 minutes a day watching online videos. So anywhere between an hour and a half and 2 hours easily, people are watching videos these days. And 48% of people said they would be more likely to share video content with their friends. So if you need a reason to do video, that's a really incredibly important one, because what a great way to reach people who are friends of your clients or friends of your friends, or even people that you don't barely know, because they see something that you've posted somewhere and they share it out, and all of a sudden you've just gone out there, and maybe you paid for some of the advertising that you're doing with these videos, or maybe you didn't. Either way, if people are sharing it, that's ways of getting more return on your investment without necessarily having to do as much of an effort. Adding video to an email increases the click-through rate by 300%. People are more likely to pay attention to an email if it has video in it. It generates 200% more social shares, and it drives a 157% increase in organic traffic. And that means organic traffic is not a nice way of saying that you didn't have to pay for that, which is also really pretty cool. People are looking for content. They're looking on videos. And while they may be researching something, maybe somebody referred a client to you and they're going in and researching you. And while they're out there, they may get distracted. We all go down these wormholes sometimes. They may get distracted and find a video on somebody else that they kind of connect with. So you want to be where people are looking. And video allows you to get to where people are when they're there. They may not make it to the open house and that kind of thing. So it's just a way of reaching them. What's the best platform? One, the best platform is wherever your audience is. And two, it's whatever one you're going to use. So if you're not going to do anything on Twitter, then don't worry about it. If you're not going to blog, don't worry about it. You can do things on Instagram, via BombBomb, Facebook, that kind of thing. Naturally, what are you trying to accomplish? Staying top of mind, connected, sell your listings, highlight why you. Why would somebody want to do business with Martha versus Amanda? Why would somebody pick Brooke and connect with Brooke over Lauren? we don't always completely know, but if you stay top of mind and you highlight what service you offer and why somebody might want to use you and promote your value, they're more inclined to want to come and check you out and spend some time with you and potentially use you as a realtor and refer you to their friends and their clients and their family and that kind of stuff. Where can you find content? All right, let's talk about that just a little bit. You can, I'm going to stop the sharing here. So, who in the group here has ever gone to YouTube and found a video and sent it over to a client to tell them about how something works? Anyone? I'm going to.
I have.
Thank you, Martha. Thank you. Excellent. Was that you that said you had?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Most of you guys don't have your video on, so if you're shaking your head or doing that, I don't really know. Okay, Lauren, I got Lauren and Shahed have said it done. I think Lauren, Lauren, Shahed, Martha, Amanda says that they've done that. Okay, Jenny says that she's done that. That's excellent, excellent. So here's let's go back over here. Tell you what, let me just stop that for a second. Anybody that hasn't done it think it's a really excellent idea? No one? Okay. Maybe I can. Oh, Lauren says she Rose. Okay, super. Okay. So maybe by the end of the time period here, I can convince you that that it's a pretty cool idea. So let me go back over here. We're going to share the screen again. And I know these screens can be a little smaller when I do it like this, but I can see you folks over here on the side a little easier. So if you don't mind, I'm not going to do like the big screen on the presentation. If you can't see something, just let me know. Here's an example of one video that you could use to share with your clients and some other things. We're going to look at it for quick, and then we're going to talk about ways you might be able to use it.
Today, I'm going to show you how to properly prep your room to get it ready for paint. I'm a huge believer in doing it right. And guys, be honest with me, how many of you have actually prepped a room the way you should? Not many of you, I know. It's one of those things where you gloss over parts or skip it just because it seems like it takes too much time. But doing it right the first time and properly prepping can actually save you time in the long run and ensure that you're super happy with your paint job. I'm going to show you all.
Okay, so I'm going to pause that. I'm going to come back over here. So I think since some of you guys have already used these things, you probably see the benefit of grabbing a video like that. But who can think of different, let's talk a little bit about different ways that you think if you found a video like that you would want to use it. Who has some ideas of where you might use a video like that, how you might use a video like that? Do you guys not had your coffee yet this morning? Do you not want to talk?
Hey, it would be, oh, go ahead.
I mean, I would send something like that if we were getting ready. I mean, kind of the obvious, getting ready to do some listing prep.
Yep. Super. Angelica, I think you were going to say something.
Or if you have like buyers who, want to kind of redo things and, they can know how simple it is to do and fix like certain colors they don't like.
Yeah. Super. So you could use it like in the process itself when let's say if you got buyers who are looking at houses and they keep saying, I don't want to buy that house because I hate the paint color. I don't like blue, or I don't like the green, or I don't like any of this kind of stuff. And it's so expensive. So it might be a way of overcoming an objection about how to tell people, hey, it may not be all that hard to do, or here's part of the, or they've said, every time I do it, it looks like caca and I don't want to do it again. So you might send it out to them from that kind of standpoint. Lauren, that's a great point. If you have folks, that are talking about getting their house ready to go on the market. And it could also be another way of staying in contact with your clients. Let's say if you were working with some buyers and one of the things that they said when they bought the house was that they were going to, one of the first things they were going to do was paint the pink room. They were going to paint it, this kind of thing. You might send a video like this out to them, and that's a way of staying top of mind to somebody that, that maybe closed on the house a month or two ago or something along those lines. So, a number of different ways that you could use a video like that. Anybody else got any suggestions or thoughts on that? Okay. We're going to go back over here and we're going to take a look at another one. Okay, so here is, so this is, so here, this is going to be a combination of videos. Hold on a second. Let's see. Do we have something in the chat? Yep. Great idea. Dusty is a, certainly a way to, get your open house out there and stuff. That's a great way to use videos. So here is an example of a video where you can do like a combination video. And one would include you getting on the screen. Actually,
In
I'm
Harris
thinking
County,
sorry, I'm going to jump over to here. And we're going to look at, so we're going to look at, tell you what, we're going to look at this first. I'm just going to look at a short part of this. This one's talking about, this was a topical one that really applies to this time of year as we're starting to get, the temperatures are starting to get up there. Most of us have probably already been using our AC, but maybe not so terribly much, but we've been hitting the 80s a number of times in the last couple of weeks. So here's a great example of a video that you might want to send out to your clients.
What responsible homeowners do to maintain their home's HVAC system. It's a thorough cleaning and testing of the air conditioning system to ensure that it'll work when we need it to this summer. We operate with the understanding that a clean system will run way longer than a dirty system. Not every HVAC company in town performs air conditioning tune-ups either. And I would say it's because they feel that they're not very good money generators for them. I mean, I get it.
So this is a video that you could, or something like this, that you could send out to your clients this time of year and say, hey, this is the time of year to be thinking about your HVAC system and that kind of stuff. Coupled with that, you could do a video like this that goes along with that video. So you're really kind of sending like two videos, or there's some editing tools that you could put together where this becomes like one video. But here's a way of doing like an introduction.
hey, Rhonda the Resource here. Got another tip for you. This one's, as we're getting into warmer weather, it is time, if you haven't already done it, to have your HVAC system, your AC system checked. It's a simple process. Any AC company can do it. They simply come out and clean the system, take a look at it. It really helps the system run more efficiently. Can take a look and see if there's any problems well before they may be a big problem, and put you without any AC in these hot months that we have coming up here. And certainly if you need referrals to a AC company to do these maintenance things for you, feel free to reach out to me. Always happy to help.
So what you got there is kind of a combination. One, it's a great way of staying top of mind. You're providing a service, a benefit, a tip to your clients. And then you're adding on like a helpful tip and stuff to it. You could even, if you wanted to go a step further, interview one of the HVAC companies that you like to use and say, hey, would you mind spending, just a couple of minutes talking about the benefit of having your AC checked at this time of year, and then put those two things together. And that might be a way of using something like that. Let's talk about, so let's talk about different places that so if you had a video like that, where would you put it? How would you use it? You guys
Some of these
thinking real
things
hard?
you could put like in your monthly email, like Lauren does a monthly email to her clients.
Bingo. Exactly. When I was kind of when I took at the class on Monday, when I was thinking about these things, that was one of the first things I thought of. Because Brooke, I know that you and Lauren do a newsletter. Holly does one. Catherine does one. I think there may be some others of you. Those are the three that come to mind right off the top of my head. You do like a newsletter, so you could certainly put that in your newsletter. What are other ways that you guys think that you might be able to use something like this?
I don't know what I like to do.
What was that, Rose?
Oh,
Oh,
I was talking to my husband.
Okay, so
Business Facebook page.
yes. And then you could put it on your business Facebook page and then share that via your personal page, so that you're not only getting the business thing, but you're also getting it to your friends who may not be on your business page, but may also decide, hey, wait a second, Martha's putting a bunch of great content, tips, things out here that maybe I might want to go share that, might want to go like that page. And they might be inclined, and then you may also get those people to share those things from either one of your Facebook pages. So that applies to your Instagram page, as well as that's a LinkedIn. That could be a great thing on LinkedIn. I think so many of us forget about good old LinkedIn, but videos are becoming more and more and more popular on LinkedIn. So it might be a great way of connecting with some of those people that you might not connect on some other spheres or in other ways like that. Anybody else think of that? I mean, just flat out in an email could work too.
You probably
Another way is,
could,
sorry, Martha, what were you going to say?
you could also add it, if I'm not mistaken, to your Google profile.
I think you're right. It could be something at the end of your email, that's like a little, maybe you switch that out periodically, almost like we're kind of like in addition to where the signature is. You could also send it out as a text message and a video. So that's a great way of staying in contact with your SOI. If you've got, and when I say SOI, I'm not talking about the 3,000 names that you might have in your CRM. I'm talking about that smaller group of people. And by smaller, it could be 20, it could be 200. Okay. But that smaller group of people that you want to stay in contact the most frequently, you might send it out to one of those, and you could even potentially customize it depending upon how many you send it to. But you might just have like a quick text that says, "Hey, it's that hot time of year, and I know how important it is to keep these things maintained. So here's a quick tip on how to do this," and you connect the video on it and shoot it out via text message. They're probably more inclined to get it or open it up than they might even on an email. Or you could just send them a quick message that says, "Hey, I sent you an email that has tips on how to, and the importance of getting your AC checked."
So Rhonda,
Yeah.
I really, really like the idea that you had of like interviewing, like,
Yes.
I mean, I've already got it in mind, someone that I'd love to interview on, the importance of tuning up your AC and everything that's involved in that. So is it really, I mean, I see you guys posting our Zoom meetings on Facebook. So is this really easy? I mean, when you record a Zoom meeting, where does it go that makes it easy to share?
Well, if you record a Zoom meeting, so Thomas takes the Zoom meetings, like the trainings that Bill does on Tuesdays and stuff. He takes those and he does a little editing on it, and then he posts it out on our Boulevard Realty YouTube page. So that's probably the cleanest one to go get and share with people.
So what I'm saying is I would like to do a Zoom meeting with my
Okay.
and then be able to share it. So so my question is it a complicated thing to do, or is it pretty straightforward?
It's pretty straightforward. And we'll get to a little bit here in just a bit. We'll get to some editing apps that there are that are pretty easy to use, that you could, that if you need to edit it, that you could edit it. Make sense?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Sure. Absolutely. Okay, let's go back over here and continue with some of these. And so there was that one. And then here is, this is basically another example. This would be if you, I'll let you listen.
Hey, Rhonda, the resource here. Got another tip for you. This one's, as we're getting into warmer weather, it is time, if you haven't already done it, to have your HVAC system.
Hang on,
AC system.
that's a repeat. Let's go here.
Hey, Rhonda, the resource here with another summer tip for you. This time it is a video that I'm sending to you about how to check your sprinkler heads. It's really pretty easy. You could do it yourself. But if you find that you've got an issue and you do need some help getting it repaired, reach out to me. I'm happy to give you a referral for an irrigation system.
And then this is just the video I found on the irrigation system.
Hey everyone, Patrick Dickinson here with Water University. Today we're going to do an irrigation checkup. In order to do an irrigation checkup, I have to get out into...
So I think you guys probably get the idea of, what we're trying to do. What I'm trying to do here is, have different kinds of tips. And you don't necessarily have to be the expert on all these things. You could be, you could go borrow these from YouTube, or you could interview somebody for them, or you could do some kind of combination.
Rhonda, is there a way to link like your introductory video to that video?
Yes. And that's an editing feature. And so actually, let's just skip to that let's just skip to that right now. And I'll show you kind of how it works. Because let's just talk about while it's top of mind. Let's see, where is... So there is, so have you guys ever spent any time on the HAR TV channel of YouTube? Anybody ever go there to learn how to do some stuff?
Yeah, I've checked it out a couple times. It's pretty good.
Okay, yeah, it is. And on there, so there are several editing apps. There's a bunch more than the ones that I have listed here, but there's InShot, there's iMovie, there's Filmora, there's Animoto, etc. One of the ones that Thomas and Aaron and even Chris Guyton and several of us use is this app called InShot. I'm going to see if I can show you this, and then I want to make it. Hold on a second.
In today's video tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to edit this video from start to finish on the editing app InShot. InShot is an editing app that you can download on either your Apple phone or your Android phone. And I'm going to teach you how to edit this video while also using all of the equipment that I've shown you all in the last few weeks in my tips on how to produce videos at home. So for those of you that didn't watch my video last week or haven't been watching my tips, here's the equipment that I'm using. Here's the Movo mic that I've been using. I purchased this Movo mic from Walmart for $20 and it plugs into your phone. Depending on the type of phone you have and how old it is, you'll probably need an adapter. This is the iPhone adapter, the lightning bolt one, where you can plug in your mic or a headphones. I'm using my $15 Joby tripod, and since it wasn't high enough, I just added a storage bin to bring the phone to where it would be eye level with me. And I've got my selfie ring light today because it's kind of a cloudy day and I wasn't sure if I was going to get enough light, but I ended up not being able to need it because I have these windows here, which I always recommend shooting in front of windows so that they're facing you and giving you great natural light. So all of this very inexpensive equipment can help you produce your own videos. So let's go ahead and select InShot to edit our video. InShot is an editing app that you can download for both iPhone and Android. Select video, and then we're going to select the clips that we want to edit in the order we want them in our video. So not necessarily the order you shot them in. So here they're in a different order, but I want them in this order. So that's how I will select them, and then I'll press the check mark down here at the bottom. All right, so here's my timeline. As you can see, my intro clip is there, my middle clip, and then my outro clip. All right, let's go ahead and double check, make sure that's right. In today's video tutorial,
so I'm going to just pause that because the video itself is about 20 minutes long. But that first little part right there shows you how you can go bring those bring 2 or 3 videos in. So you have the InShot app and you just go select them in the order that you want them, and then they're there, and then you can trim within those videos or add captions or some other things. I highly recommend watching. There's other videos that are out there, but I highly recommend watching her video. And I can send you another one that Thomas recommends on the InShot also that just shows you how to use it, how to edit it, some of those other kind of features.
Rhonda, I have a question.
Yeah, what you got?
If you are doing, say you're doing the talk about the HVAC, and then you show some guy that does their HVAC video, or the sprinkler video, and then you go into the guy that's the professional that's doing the sprinkler video, do you have to go ahead and give the credit to that person underneath your video that you're sending out?
So Jerry, I think if you use let's say the sprinkler system, if they're doing the intro there at the beginning, I would leave that intro in there. So it says, hey, this is, Joe Smith from ABC Sprinkler System, and we're going to talk today about how to da 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 da. So
then Joe Smith some credit on your video.
I don't think you needed to give credit on your video. You might, I mean, you could. I don't think you need to. You might just say, hey, here's a video that I found that I think is very helpful that talks about, how to do your sprinkler system and, et cetera. I think especially if you leave their intro in to your video, if you cut that part out, let's say it's a 30-minute video and you really only want like 3 minutes of it or something like that, then you might want to give credit in your thing. And it probably doesn't hurt you to give credit. And you could even just add a caption that just says video courtesy of, on your video thing that's just either towards the end or something along those lines, or even on the beginning of their thing. You could add the caption either way and give credit. It'll never hurt you to give credit.
Oh, thanks.
Martha, did that give you a little bit more confidence that there's something pretty easy to do to help you get there?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome. You're very, very welcome. Okay. So another one of the things that that you could do that is especially helpful this time of year, we got a short little window of about 15 days in which it still could be useful. And it's the reason why I suggested that you guys are asked that you guys use update your phones to add the screen record feature on it. So I'm going to show you an example of how that could work. And that is going to be right here, I believe.
In Harris County, filing for your homestead exemption is really easy, especially if you want to use the mobile app. Just bounce on over to your app store, do a search for HCAD mobile app, download it, open it up, click on File New Exemption, put in your occupancy date. Remember, it had to be the date in 2020. If you bought a house in 2021, you got to wait a year. But once you plug the date in, hit accept, click on over.
So I'm going to stop sharing this one because I haven't actually edited that screenshot thing yet. So you get to see a lovely fumble around for the video license and that kind of stuff. But that I shot using the screen recording feature on my iPhone, and you also have that on your Android. Did you guys let's see, Brooke, you said that you had some issues with that, so hold on a second. Let me go over here just a minute. Let me
try to use it again and see if I can get it to work.
Okay, when you do that, I'm going to go look for it. Where did I? Hang on. Did I add that in here? Well, I know how to look for it. Hold on a second. And then this. Okay, so pull this up.
What does your video sound like? Go to Artlist.
Okay, I'm going to go share the screen. We're going to watch. The process on doing this is fairly similar for an Android as it is for the iPhone. So we're just going to watch the iPhone one right quick so you guys can see kind of how easy it is to add that feature. And if you don't hear the sound on this, because I'm plugging in it from this way, let me know. And I'll turn it on for the other way.
And get the best music and sound effects for your video.
This is a review of the best screen recorders for iPhone and iPad right now, including a tutorial showing you exactly how to record your iPhone screen in just a few taps. Hey, it's Justin Brown here from Primal Video, where we help you grow an audience and scale your revenue with online video. If you're seeing value in this video, make sure you're giving it a thumbs up. It really makes a huge difference. And all the links to everything I cover in this video, you can find linked in the description box below. Let's jump into it. So when it comes to screen recording apps on iOS, in the App Store, there's a lot of different options out there. But the great news is you actually don't need any of them. The latest versions of iOS all have an amazing built-in screen recorder, which actually outperforms a lot of the ones in the App Store. So it's easy to use, great quality, also records your phone audio and your phone's microphone if you want to as well, and it's already built in. So let me show you how to use it. Now, if you haven't used it before, you'll need to create a shortcut for it in your control center. So we're going to go ahead and do that first. So you want to go to settings, then down to control center. And you want to scroll down the bottom until you find screen recording, and you want to hit the little plus next to that to add that to your control center. So now we can go back to the home screen and we can pull down from the top right hand corner of the screen. And then on the bottom here, we've got our screen recording icon that's now appeared. So it's the one with the 2 circles. Now, if we just want to do a quick screen recording and we don't want our phone's microphone on, then we just tap on that button and the screen recording will start. But if we want to record our phone's microphone as well, then you just want to tap and long press on that icon, and this will bring up the screen recording options. So in here, you can see that we can select a few different apps that I have installed as to where this screen recording will go once it's finished. You're probably just going to leave this on Photos as the default. Then down the bottom, you've got the microphone on off button. So you can easily turn on or off your phone's microphone when you're recording your videos. Then to start recording, all you need to do is hit the button that says start recording. So if I press start recording now, you can see it's going to count down 3, 2, 1, and then your phone is actually recording. So then you just go back to your home screen, record whatever it is that you want to record. And when you want to stop, you can press the red button in the top right-hand corner of your screen. So if we press on that now, it's going to show up and say, are you sure you want to stop your screen recording? We can press stop. So then if we open up the Photos app, then we can see we've got our screen recordings down the bottom here. And then if you want to trim down your recording, you can just press edit in the top right-hand corner, and then down the bottom where it shows you clip, you've got a little arrow on the left hand side. This will let you adjust the start time or to trim off something at the start. So we could trim off all of this recording piece until we're back on the home screen. And likewise at the end, if we want to adjust the end time, then we can grab that end handle and pull that back in to the left to trim off anything that we don't want on the end of our video there as well. Once you're done making edits to that, you can just press done, and it will ask you if you want to save it out as a new video clip or if you just want to save it over the top of your current one. So I'm just going to choose to save it over the top with save video. That's going to replace the original. So that's how easy it is to do a high quality screen recording with audio and with your microphone as well from your iPhone or your iPad. And again, it wasn't that long ago that this wasn't built in. You used to have to go and download apps or pay for apps.
So, Brooke, you know what I just thought of? Is that when you clicked on that link and you said it was showing you a different video each time, there are often ads in the front of that, and that may have been what you were seeing.
Yeah, maybe. But
Okay.
thank you. That helps a lot. The app I recorded looks very similar to what you just showed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
go back to my phone and find the
Okay.
phone one.
All right. Super.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Martha, what you may have seen in there is that if you have some quick editing, and I haven't played with the editing feature on that much. I just discovered that screen recording thing last week. And so I haven't played with that, but that editing thing, if you want to clip out, like when you hit record, and then you're going to the screen that you want to go to and stuff like that. If you want to clip some of those things out in the beginning or some of it in the end, then it looks like you can do that pretty easily. Okay, super. All right, so what are so ways that we could use this? I think one might be we kind of talked about briefly. You could use this on your social media, and that could be Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, those different kinds of things. You could also put it into a newsletter if you're doing a newsletter. You could send it out as a text message to the smallest group of people that you have in your SOI. And maybe on that might be like 50 people or something. Maybe the VIPs, the cream of the crop, the ones who refer the most business, or the ones you most want to stay in contact with on your SOI, the smallest little subset. You could do it that way. You could, I mean, there's just a plethora of ways that you could use something like this. And think of, when you create these kinds of things, of spend a little bit of time thinking, where are all the different places that I might could put this, and then maybe record the video so that you might have a longer version and a shorter version. If you use like an Instagram Reels or something, you might have that, or even if you end up putting it as a highlight on your Instagram page or something along those lines. There's a plethora of other things that you could do on this too, from the tips. You might do things on, so there's a realtor local here in Houston by the name of Katie Day, Katie Day, just Day. I recommend you follow her on Instagram, because she does a lot of posts, and it's a lot of great information. And she will also show you how you don't necessarily need to be all dressed up or fancy or anything else in order to do some of these things. Actually, we got just a couple of minutes. Hold on just a second. I want to go show you one of her videos right quick. Hang on, get out of the way here, thing. Don't want more. I want us. There we go. There she is. Hang on, let me get this out of the way. She did a series of tips. She actually started out as tips, so she was going to do 10 tips, and so she actually ended up doing at least 11 tips, and she's talking about like today's market. And so here's one of the tips. Let me do this sound here first.
Tip number 11 for you today, a bonus tip if you're thinking about selling but don't know where you would buy. Real estate is all about leverage and being in a strong position to sell and buy when the time comes. If you sell now, you can make arrangements to stay in an Airbnb for 30 to 60 days while you find your new home. This will be less of a commitment than even a short-term lease, and would allow you to go into a purchase with fewer or no contingencies. If you've got questions on how this could work for you, DM me today. Tip number 11 for you today,
Hang on.
a bonus tip if you're thinking about selling but don't know where you...
So she's got like 10 of those things, and then she has tips on buyers and various other things. And as you see from the video, she's not doing a lot of editing. There's not a lot of fancy stuff. She didn't do her hair all up. She didn't make sure her lipstick was looking good or any of those kinds of things. So that's another way you could do that. Any questions on doing some quick videos? Any things that you guys thought of that you want to know how to do that we didn't talk about?
I just wanted to share one thing about InShot. About a couple of months ago, me and I wanted to record some videos while I'm doing the open house. And I got some really good help from Thomas, and he introduced the InShot to me, and I started using it. It is really very easy. It really is. I could manage to make 3 clips, edit that, shorten the time. I mean, it was just simple, very simple. So I really do use InShot, and the more you use it, the easier it gets. And I've been posting it on Facebook all the time.
Yeah, super. That's super. Thank you so much for that. And and things like InShot, and even the InShot, and even the feature within Instagram called Reels. So one of the things I like about Reels is that you could create a video in InShot, and then you could pop that up onto Reels, and you could go add music to it really, really quickly. And the music that they have out there, there's not any issues with copywriting and some of those kinds of things. So, if you create something, let's just say sometimes when I go for a walk in the neighborhood, I see a bunch of gardens and flowers and cool architectural features and some of those kinds of stuff. And sometimes I just shoot a bunch of these things and I'm not really talking that much over it. So it could be a great opportunity to add music to some of those things and even put some captions in, whether it's about enjoying the neighborhood or, taking care of the garden, or a way to incorporate, colorful flowers in a mid-century modern house, because people don't always think they can do that, or stuff along those lines. What else was I thinking? There's also different things like Instagram and other sort of places that really are doing a lot of things with video will count a slideshow as video. And you can even use Canva as a way to take a bunch of photos that you put together and put them together as a slideshow. You can put them as a slideshow in various different ways, but Canva makes it pretty easy to do. Put it together as a slideshow, and then you could add some captions, or you could add some other features, or kind of put some pictures together, on one page, or other kinds of things. And you create that pretty quickly. And then you can save that slideshow, and then you can upload that into Instagram Reels as a video. And the advantage to doing that is that because Reels is a fairly new feature within Instagram, they are promoting that. They're doing it kind of like Stories were. So it's one of the first things that you see. And so the visibility that you will have by taking a video and even a slideshow that counts as a video and putting it on Reels is that you're going to reach more people than you would have if you wait for a year to do something on those lines, because it won't be quite as new and they won't be featuring it quite as much. Does that sound good?
Yes, I used some, I was doing open house on a property, and I had some snapshots or photographs from the listing, which was Bill's listing.
Mm-hmm.
So I used those photographs, and I used a smaller screen of me talking about those photographs.
Mm-hmm.
On the background, it was showing the photos. On the front, it was me talking about it. And it was just like really super duper easy.
Right.
The more you use I never really explored any other app.
Yeah.
I use normally just a simple plain my camera and talk to my camera and post that.
Yeah.
Or InShot if I want to do something super, like more custom look.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I use, and it gives you a lot of options. It just tells you what to do step by step. And when it's done, you have that product right there, and you can post it on Facebook, Instagram, email, text message, wherever you want to send it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So as long as they know your account with the YouTube,
yeah.
Then with Instagram, InShot, if they have your information about YouTube, you have to punch that in, like your password and all. Once you have done that, then it just goes to YouTube very fast. But that was one place I had a little hard time trying to navigate how to post it on YouTube.
Okay. All right. Super. Okay. All right. Super. Thank you so much for the endorsement, the testimonial on InShot and stuff. And so I thought I'd spend just if you guys don't have any other questions or comments, I have like a little bit of a bonus tip for you. Anybody want a bonus tip? There we go. I got one thumbs up. Excellent. Thank you.
Always.
There you go. Perfect. Okay, I got a bunch of them. All right. Super. Okay. So I took this class on Monday called How to Triple Your Repeat and Referral Business, right? And the class was one of the things that they talked about in the class was staying in touch with your SOI, maybe that smaller group. And so let's assume that there are a number of people that are clients of yours or even just friends of yours that are people that you want to stay in touch with. But you know how the algorithms are sometimes on Facebook, and it changes it up. And so you realize, 3 months down the road that you haven't seen any posts from XYZ person from John Smith in a while. And you're like, man, I really want to stay in touch with John Smith because one, they referred some business to me. And two, I just really like them, and I think there may be opportunities there. And, and they've been in their house for 7 years or so. So there may be a time in which they might be looking to sell it and that kind of stuff. So one of the things that you can do in Facebook is you can go create list of your friends. So take your friends and let's say you divide them up into 10 groups, 10 friends into each list, and just create go create a list of 40 people, right? So go create 4 lists. You want to do it that way? No, don't go create. So let's say you have 200 people. Let's say you have 200 people that are out there and you want to stay in contact with them. So go create a list of 10 people in each list. All right. Go create a list of 10 people in each list. And every day go in. So maybe number your list, Monday list, Monday, maybe do like Monday, week 1, Tuesday, week 1, Wednesday, week 1. And then you have another one that's Monday, week 2, Tuesday, week 2, etc. I think you probably figure out the trend here. And then what you can do is on Monday, pull up list Monday, week 1, and go in to those 10 people and like or comment or do something, share their information or something, do something so you interact with those 10 people on that Monday. And then on Tuesday, go to the next 10 people. And then on Wednesday, go to the next 10 people. It's not going to take you 5 to 15 minutes probably to do what I'm suggesting here. But what happened, and let's just say you're just going to do it Monday through Friday. By the end of the week on Friday, you have interacted with 50 people that are friends with you on Facebook. And by the end of the second week, you've interacted with 100 people. And by the end of the month, you've interacted with 200 people on your Facebook thing. And then you're ready to do it again. And it took you 5 to 15 minutes to do it. And you're not having to go grab something or any of that kind of stuff. You're just going in there and looking to see what they do and making some comment on it. Who thinks they could get that done and not necessarily eat out a whole big chunk out of their day? One. There we go. Yay. We got some thumbs up. Okay. Super. All right. Excellent. So that was my bonus tip. And if you say that, hey, what if I go in there and my friend is one of those people and they haven't posted anything since 2016, go send them a text message. Go send them a text that just says, hey, hey, Jonathan, I drove by your old house the other day and the garden didn't look anywhere near as good as it did whenever you owned it. Thought I would just, you were top of mind and thought I would just give you send you a quick message. How you doing? Something along the lines again of just kind of like, hey, how are you? How you doing? Was thinking about you from some reason or another. So that's my bonus tip of ways to stay in touch with your SOI. And if you get a chance to take that class, I don't teach that class, although the person's name is Rhonda. But so if you get a chance to take that class, I highly advise you to do it.
Where?
Hey, Rhonda.
Through HAR.
Okay.
Yes. Rhonda, real fast, can you tell us where we make those lists? I'm not very savvy on Facebook stuff.
Yes, I will go find you I'll find you a video or I'll record one to
awesome
to do that. And I will, Martha and everyone else, I will put a link I'll put a post on the Facebook page on our secret agent Facebook page of that class through HAR.
I would like to share something about your thought about getting in touch with your Facebook friends.
Yes.
I have to confess, I have a confession to make. I have about 2,000 Facebook friends.
Yeah.
And so one way I like to stay in touch, and I think that's a pretty special thing. I on my Facebook, I always get the notification every day that these people have birthday today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know them, or if I know them, it doesn't matter. I will wish everybody happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's so special that I get so much response from everybody when I wish them happy birthday. So that's, I think that your idea about making those groups of 10 people every day, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think it's a great idea to stay, you have to like somebody to like you on Facebook. That's just the currency of this website, I guess. So, so just wanted to share that I always wish them happy birthday, even if I don't know them.
Yeah, there's been times when I've looked at the birthday thing that came up, and I'm like, oh, I don't really know them that well, and then all of a sudden I remind myself, I'm like, Rhonda, if you're friends with them in Facebook, you could at least wish them a happy birthday.
Absolutely.
And if you don't want to wish them a happy birthday, then they probably shouldn't be friends with them anymore in Facebook.
Yeah, everybody likes that.
Everybody does like that. And so here's another suggestion to that point is use your contacts list to go put in the anniversary of when your clients bought or sold a house. Well, I guess bought a house from you. Go put the anniversary date in there, and then go into Facebook and say, hey, happy anniversary, happy 1 year anniversary, happy 5 year anniversary, happy 10-year anniversary of buying your house. And so, because often when, because I have the benefit of getting a lot of repeat and referral business, a number of the people that do close with me are either friends of friends that I have on Facebook, or they're friends of mine that are now selling, sold a house that, that they're doing, and they bought another house, et cetera. So often I will check in with those people, or I'll check in with, Eden and Brandon, and I'll thank Serena and Chris for the referral. And then the next year on the memory things will pop up and tell me that it's the anniversary, oh, hey, here's a memory. And then I'll send out something that says, hey, congratulations on the 1 year anniversary of buying your house. And by that time, they're often friends of mine on Facebook. And then I'll also thank Serena and Chris again for the referral. And then I'll just do that every single year. But you could also just plug that into your calendar or in the contacts. That could be kind of like the version of an anniversary date, so that you reach out to them and say something or remind, and have a reminder on that. So
I have a question.
Yeah, what you got?
I was going to ask what you do for your referrals. If someone sends, like if a friend sends a referral, what do you do for them?
Often what something I enjoyed doing that they got a big kick out of, and I started a few years ago, is that when they give me a referral, I ask them if they have a favorite charity, and then I make a donation to that charity. If I can make it in their honor, I will do it. But if I can't, I will still send them a thing that says, hey, I just made a donation to the Elephant Wildlife Fund, because I know it's one of your favorite charities or something. Or, hey, I made a debt. And if I can't think of a charity, I may send out something to go, well, in this neighborhood, the Animal Justice League does a lot of stuff, or rescued pet movements. I know how much you like pets, or here's a thing for, the Arboretum or something. And so they like that.
Okay.
It's helped support something that they support. And then, sometimes I'll make a little post about that. It's like, hey, thanks so much for the referral. Lauren and John, I made because I know, how much you like the elephants, when, the donation was made on your behalf. And it's not as though either thank you or share that or whatever, or it's a way of I like to do it because it feels good, but the benefit to it too is that friends of theirs see that I am supporting a charity that is meaningful to them. And that says, okay, she's paying attention, she's connected to them, she knows what these things are. And they, that kind of resonates with them too.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else want to share what they do for referrals?
I give, I usually send a card and maybe a $25 Starbucks card.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's so important that we follow up.
Yeah, I used to send the Girl Scout cookies things a lot, which they don't have anymore. So
Oh,
I would
yeah.
always send those as if, like, sometimes people refer and then you don't end up working with them. But I always sent, I used to, unfortunately you can't. So I'm trying to figure that out, but send a little something as a thank you. And then if we end up, like, I just had one close last week where that was a referral. I sent a $50 gift card because it was a good friend of mine that referred. But yeah, I like your, Rhonda, I like your idea about the donation, but I always send something little at the first part of the referral. And then if it
Absolutely.
closes, I send something else.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I always acknowledge the referral, and try to do something for that. It's not necessarily if it closes, it's the fact that they were willing to refer me in the first place.
Yeah. Very good.
Because it's not necessarily, it may not necessarily be their fault it doesn't close. It could be any kind of number of factors. So,
Hey, and you know what? I saw something on the Paperless Agent, one of their webinars, and they always said just a small bouquet of flowers afterwards saying thank you for the referral. I thought that was a great idea too.
sometimes I'll do, if I'm going to do flower or something along those lines, I might do like succulents or something. Flowers to me sometimes speaks more to females than it does to males, and I don't want to leave.
Good
I don't want to leave those out.
Yep.
But okay, good stuff, guys. Any other questions on any other topic? You got me. What do you need? Anybody? It's not a marriage. It's not a speak now, forever hold your peace. So if you have another question later on today, feel free to reach out to me.
Thanks,
Good.
Rhonda.
Thank you so much, Rhonda. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
good
All right.
stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Bye.